What I'm saying is what I like is when they stop me at the apartment complex and say, hey, do you want an oven? Why, yes, I do. What's up, man? No, I just scrap them.
Oh, just to scrap?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for the oven. Good now. Yeah, that I can't do anything with. They won't let me. Yeah, yes, that's why.
All right.
I'll grab this one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, I can just drag that up the hill. And that's two. Not bad. I wasn't even coming back here looking for anything. Well, take it back. I was coming back here just to look, because there's never anything here. And then lo and behold, what do I find? A dryer. Guys, this has been a profitable little run for the last 30 minutes. There we go. 3 of them. And you ought to watch through that back window. You can see his glasses, his head turned to the right looking down. He's run off the road twice. He is staring at his phone while he's driving. This whole time. Watch how many times he looks down and how long he stays looking down. But whatever that is, that's awful interesting. Going off the road again. It's the kind of times you need to call a cop. And we're back. properly prepared this time, I believe. What I didn't want to have happen. I'm going to wind up my tire. Another one. So there's two of them so far. And what I do see is there's definitely some extra wire in here. There's not a whole lot, but I'm not taking the whole thing apart to see where it goes either. I'm going to cut it. Just want to see what's inside this thing. Normally, there's money rolling around in there. I didn't see any of that. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. So I think the extent of what I'm going to do is going to be cutting this wire off here. It definitely goes back up in there, which is probably going to the motor. But I'm not going to go that deep with this. So for the little bit of extra wire, that's worth it. I'm not going to micro take this thing apart, I can tell you that. I'm going to gather up all my screws. Then I'm going to cut these wires. Then I'm going to transfer this to Sammy Hagar, which is truck number 3 in the fleet. It's another red Silverado. And it's a Silverado because I'm not gay. And then I'm going to move on to I got a couple stoves. I'm going to do the same thing with it. Take the backs off them and see what it looks like in there. So, without further ado, let's cut the wires off, and then I'll flip this thing to the truck and move on to the next one. Man, you're leaving a lot of wire in there. Yeah, I probably am. I'm not dismantling this thing. It's not my goal. So see the light? Do you see the light? So a little wire. Just a good thing. So I'm going to move this over and then we'll go on to the next one. I'll be back. This is the stove now. That's the plate that gives me access to that, which gives me access to this, and then bring good money. I think the last couple of those I took in, I think I got like $8 for them. Well, as you can see, a lot of wire here too. So if nothing else, I mean absolutely if nothing else, it's worth dismantling somewhat just to get to all this other wire. I think I'm gonna go a little higher. To expose the rest of the wire. It's not bad. That's a good bunch of little wire right there. I don't know what this thing is. Don't know. Like I said, I'm definitely not a furnace repair guy by no means, and that's not gonna work. So the easiest thing to do is just gonna be to cut it. That's a lot of wire. And I think these go into the elements. There's probably more underneath that top of it, but I'm not gonna take that apart. So this stuff. I'm gonna worry about wire, more wire. Outstanding. That's what the back of a stove looks like, in case you're wondering. Doesn't that look like roach remnants right there? Weird. All right, put this on this truck and we'll move on to the third one. Stove number 3. I don't think there's going to be any surprises here. I think we've pretty much already seen what's going on. Unless there's a colony of mice or roaches going to come flying out of this thing. Which is another good reason to do this outside. Another good cord. Cool. And I think I'm gonna have to take this whole top piece off. So if all you can see is the back of the stove right now, I have to deal with it until I get this shit off here. It's quite a few of these. And that opens up everything else. So we commence to pulling and prying. Well, I didn't work like I wanted it to. That one I can definitely cut. These ought to just pull off, or the whole damn circuit board will come off with it. One or the other. Either way, you're coming with me. across. And that's the big ass chunk of wire. So, on reflection, took what, 5 minutes for all this? And this is stuff that would just be thrown into scrap, whereas that can just be added to my wire pile. So I don't know what kind of view you're getting other than this, probably this right here, but that's just the way it goes. I've got it backed up to one truck on one tailgate to the other tailgate, so I can easily push this off. So I'll get this one on here. I think all I've got left is a fan to cut the wires off of, and that's it. And you'll see in the video where I got these at, it was an apartment complex. Well, the stoves, they came out of an apartment complex. Apparently that maintenance manager, he ran me down and told me about one stove, and then as got it loaded up, I'm doing my rounds on my dumpsters, he runs me back down again and tells me about another stove, so I grabbed that one. And then when I was heading back to work, that Salvation Army that closed beside us, I just drove behind their building because people have been throwing a lot of trash out back there, and that's where I found the dryer. So I spent probably 45 minutes from work doing that round and picked this stuff up. So I've got that much wire, 2 stove cables, and 3 appliances. That's almost a load in itself, guys. I'm a little down because of Earl the squirrel passing away. That just bothers me. But I tried all I could do to save him, and nurse him back, it just wasn't meant to be. So sometimes those things happen and you just gotta deal with it. So when I get the fan over here, we'll film that. Oh, there's a piece of wire that I didn't get. And that should be it. All right, a fan. Wonder how far that wire goes up in there. Anybody know? Anybody want to know? Sitting here hoping Crow comes by so I can kill it and honor Earl. But they're pretty good about staying away. And that's as far as that wire goes. Got a bigger one in there. Didn't see that. Yeah, I don't want to disassemble this too much where they're going to give me shit about taking it in. I think we'll leave it at that for the time being. It looks to me like they did some kind of electrical repair on here for some reason or another. So that's it. That's what I got. A fan, 3 appliances. I got some rotors in there that picked up. That's it, fellas. That's stove dismantling, dryer dismantling. Kinda, sorta, not all the way. I'm gonna sit out here and finish my beer, and then I'll see you in the next video. Here's to you, Earl. Asshole.